Okay, welcome, friends. This is actually my second attempt at this video. The last one I had some problems with the audio, and full disclosure, this is like the most like improvised overhead setup you can imagine. So you probably laugh if you can see it. So I apologize for the reflective ring from my lighting here, and for the edge of this stool that you see in the frame. But that's okay. Perfect is the enemy of good. And so we are going to go ahead and get started. So I wanted to do this video to show you guys my writing planner. So here it is. This is an Erin Condren monthly planner notebook. If you're not familiar, Erin Condren is a planner company that they create all kinds of planners, daily, weekly, and monthly as well. And if you're curious about the specifics of this planner, like the dimensions and paper quality and all that kind of stuff, if you just search on YouTube for Erin Condren monthly planner, you'll get a metric boatload of of hits, because there's plenty of content out there. So I'm not really going to go into those things, but what I am going to do is kind of show you how I use this planner to as like my writing, to track my writing and to set my writing goals and kind of to motivate myself. So the first thing is, as you can see, it has this really pretty cover with the reflective foiling on it that says the best time for new beginnings is now. I've actually had this cover on here for a while, and it is interchangeable. You can like snap it on and off. So I'm actually probably going to change it out pretty soon. That was a terrible idea because now I can't get it on without a lot of effort. So we're just going to go on. But yeah, so you can see it says monthly planner. And one of the things that I did want to point out is that this planner in particular is absolutely beautiful. One of the things Erin Condren is known for are her very colorful styles, her florals, sort of kind of some stuff that we would consider relatively traditionally feminine. And that really appeals to me, because I like working in pretty things, right? Beauty appeals to me. And so having this, beautiful planner with fun stickers and pretty colors in it, is just one of the things that makes it, motivating for me to, pull out this tool and work in it. So this one is, it is a 2021 to 2022 planner. It is a 12-month planner. I had it it started in August. And it goes through July of this year. So it's an academic year planner. You can get them in multiple configurations though. And again, a simple internet search will give you all kinds of info on that. So the first thing that we come to after the title page is this sort of 18 months at a glance. And one of the things that I've done here, and I'm going to talk more about that here in a minute, but one of the things that I've done here is, you can see I've taken a marker. In my case, it's a clean color, Zig clean color dot pen. That's a purple one, but I don't know if you can see the tip there on that one creates these dots, right, when you just press on it. I got those as a treat for myself, but you could just use a straight highlighter, or any kind of pen or sticker or whatever you wanted to do the same thing. But what I've done is I've marked out the days, starting in January. You can see every Thursday here in April. Those are my fly days, right? And so I know that I will not be able to be writing on those days. I mean, that's not to say that I won't try, and I might not, get some words on those days, but if I do, they're bonus. Because one of the things that I learned this past year is that, people are very fond of saying write every day, which if that works for you, that's great. But the truth is, it doesn't really work for me. I have too much else going on in my life on days when I fly, or days when I'm, caught up with doing mom business or whatever else it is, I end up being too mentally exhausted. And then if I don't write on the day, I end up beating myself up. So the trick to that, or the cure for that, is to take a realistic look at your schedule and figure out which days you're not going to plan to write. For example, the entire month of June, Yeah, that's a wash because I am moving across the planet in that month. And I will, I am not going to hold myself to sitting down and writing every day while I'm in the midst of such a huge move. Chances are I'll come back and mark out a good portion of July and maybe even August too, just depending on how things shake out with when I'm able to get into my house. So this right here, this is Dragon Con. These are things times I know that I'm not going to be able to sit down and increase my word count. And so by planning that out, I'm able to take a look at my goals and say, okay, here are the realistic days that I know that I can write. And so these are the days that I am going to plan on writing. And the great thing about it is you can add buffers too, right? Like you'll see I did that a little later on, but I'll add in buffers for things like, oh, in case I get sick or my kids get sick or, something comes up and I'm just not able to do it. So that's one thing, one very simple way in which having this planner and being able to visualize that has been a real game changer for me. The next spread is this, this goal is a dream with a deadline spread, right? It comes with just these boxes and you can use them for whatever you want. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube about different ways that people use these boxes in different Erin Condren planners. But since this is my writing planner, all I've done here is just to kind of get a visual of what my primary project is going to be for each month of the year. So you can see in July of 21, I was focusing on finishing up some short stories so that I could really hit it hard on Ally in August of 21. Same thing in September. October, we finished it up and turned it in, and then I started putting together No Game for Nights in the weeks that followed that. And then in November, I turned my attention to Skies to Conquer, pushed on that for NaNoWriMo. Didn't get my 50K, but made some good progress, right? And then finished it up in December, turned it in. And then January, I was working on Smoke in the Water. February, same thing. That was my primary project. And then starting in March, I'm working on The Queen's Fixer. So I guess this is the title announcement. The Queen's Fixer is the working title for my SkillBridge internship project, my space opera. So, and then you can see in June here, I've got, retire and move, because I'm not counting on June as a writing month, right? This is where I made some notes about, in 2022, I marked out 81 days with that gray marker. And then I added 9 buffer days, like I talked about, for things like getting sick, appointments, emergencies, whatever else, just days when it's just not going to happen. And also because it made a nice round number of 90 days. So that ended up equating to 275 writing days, which is still like a solid number, right? And so you can, and I didn't reflect it here, but you can further extrapolate that by saying, okay, if I have 100,000 words that I need to write and I have this amount of writing days, it's a very simple division problem to look at, okay, what should my daily goal be, right? And that's one way to do it. Each of, going back to the idea of the planner being pretty, you can see each of these tabs has this beautiful, like, floral artwork. There's October's, and again, not necessary, but it's pretty, and it's, for me at least, it's very motivating to have these beautiful pieces of art to look at, and just the artwork on the top of the monthly spreads as well. So this is the monthly spread. It's just a monthly calendar. Let's see if I can adjust this slightly. So it's just a monthly calendar. I added a couple of stickers, you can see, because again, it makes me happy to do so. So one of the techniques that I used, especially early on with this planner, was I would actually color code the projects, right? So my primary project that I was working on in August was Ally. But I was also doing a little bit of work on Sapphire and Steel, a little bit of work on Skies to Conquer, a little bit of work on Smoke in the Water. And so I would actually use these colors to reflect, okay, on this day, well, this one I didn't follow, but on this day, I got 2,000 words on Ally. Over here, I got 400 words on Smoke in the Water. So, and that, that's been a useful tool as well. I'll also add in things about, like, my newsletters, and as I go on, even things regarding this channel. So after the monthly spread, there's usually like a notes page here. You can see again, I added a sticker that just said, August 2021. These are, I'll do like a little journaling or some goal setting, or just notes. But then we have this dashboard page, and this page, I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this page. Some months it's super useful, and I find a way to use it that I really like. Some months I don't even touch it. But in August, you can see I kind of prioritize the projects that I was working on, with Ally being first, then Skies, then Sapphire, and then Smoke. And then it's a great place to put in, okay, don't forget, here's the due dates for these, for these projects. Ally, we did not quite get in by 31 August. But it's neither here nor there. So, again, a couple of stickers and other planning tools that I used, just really trying to figure out a way to make this page work for me. And then after that, it really is just blank notes pages, right? So they come like this. So one of the things that I would do is, this is a good example of, on the 21st of August, it was a big writing day. So I actually made a checklist for myself of, okay, I'm going to sprint for 20 minutes. I'm going to take a break and watch a video. And I'm going to sprint again. I'm going to have a snack, having something colorful and pretty and concrete like this allowed me the opportunity to kind of work on paper as well as in my own head, and allowed me to track my progress. And again, it's very motivating. So that was August. Here's a quick look at September. You can see kind of the same things. I also marked on here release dates. Salvage Mother came out in September. That was a lot of fun. More journaling on this page. On this dashboard, kind of the same thing, important dates, but I also created like a little sprint tracker, just to see how it was going, experimenting with different ways of doing it. Again, checklist pages, notes for calls that we made. So you can see I did a lot of, I used a lot of the notes pages in September. In October, the other thing that I will use this page for, you saw it with the salvage title thing, but I'll use this page for big victories too, right? Finished Ally on the 17th of October. That was a huge victory. Really excited about that one. Noted that I got 1,100 words while writing the Shinkansen. That's kind of funny, right? We finished it on the 17th, turned it in 3 days later with all the edits, with our edits. Writing these things down, it feels like a celebration, right? And it's, again, motivating and validating for me. This month in the writing planner, I actually tried to do like a little mini vision board of, okay, these are the projects I want to work on, the things I want to work on. It was fun, and it kind of helped me sort of think about, okay, these are, this is where I want to spend my energy with, CKP here, Bain here, and then potentially some indie self-published stuff later on, but who knows? I changed to making a professional development goal in this block, because right around October, I decided that, professionals invest in themselves. So that was one of the things that I wanted to do. So that How to Write a Damn Good Mystery, that's a book that I have that I need to finish reading. So, and you can see again, I these are red shirts. You guys were in Ally, congratulations. And then for example, here, this was kind of a brainstorm notes page for me for all right, let me have a place to start in ordering the stories in No Game for Nights. So, and then just, more blank pages. November, this was NaNoWriMo. Again, you can see, turned in No Game for Nights. That was a big, again, a big victory. Did not use this page so much though, So more checklists, more notes. December, finished Skies to Conquer, big victory there. This is another concept that I used this space down here at the bottom of the dashboard page for, is this idea of, okay, what's a good writing day and a better writing day? If a good writing day target is 1,500 words per day, I know just from experience that I can do about 500 words in a 20-minute sprint. So that would be about 5 10-minute sprints or about 3 20-minute sprints, right? In a target, you know, if I had a better day of 3,000 words per day, then that would be 10 10-minute sprints or 6 20-minute sprints, right? And then up here, it's like, okay, I have 15 days left. This was to finish Skies to Conquer, right? I knew I had 15 days left because I wanted to finish it by the end of the month, because I wanted to take the holidays and just relax for a little while, because I was, honestly, I was pushing burnout at the end of last year. So I needed 15 days. I had 4 buffer days because of, I think, work. I can't really remember. That made it 11 days. That meant that I had 14,000 words remaining. So if I could do 1,500 words a day in 14, you know, in 11 days, that would be a good day, but better would be this. Does that make sense? So that's kind of how I work with that math, to try and set myself up for realistic expectations for, you know, what I can get done on which days. So, and then again, you can see I write out these checklists. And I don't always do this. I mean, there are plenty of days that, you know, where I just write the sprints, and I'll show you how I'm tracking those. In fact, I'm doing them less and less in this planner because I'm actually tracking them in my like daily, you know, regular planner. And I can show you guys that too. But this is January, and you can see January was actually a really productive month. Again, I used stickers because they were pretty. This was the month that I took leave for the whole month, and everything was great. And then like we got sick this week, and then the following week, my daughter was quarantined with COVID. So, you know, you win some, you lose some, right? So, I didn't use this dashboard page at all in January though. So, and you know, and I hate to keep saying it, but it's like, it's what works for you, right? February, much less productive. What I did do, however, was start something called Project 24 and this channel. And I actually did write a lot more than what's written down in here. I just didn't record it. So didn't use this. You can see I've got a lot of my Project 24 notes in here. You know, kind of the things that I want to do, I'm kind of deliberately covering it. So I think it's okay if you see the notes, but you know, some of their stuff is proprietary. And then I've also got notes on my Victories story. In fact, I actually plotted that whole story out in here. So this is who the character is, some of her goals and motivation, you know, and then some of the signposts. So I'll flip through that quickly so it's not too much of a spoiler. But this was a great thing to have and a great place to put that, right? And, you know, here we are in March. Now, March, because I started this internship, I've got these days marked off. These are my SkillBridge days, okay? And these are the days that I am working on the SkillBridge project, which is the Queen's Fixer. And you can see, you know, I've done pretty well, except for Tuesday. And if you saw my live stream today, the 19th, you know why. But I've done pretty well at meeting my goal of 3,000 words. And in fact, I'm still ahead of the game, even with Tuesday being a wash, because I actually wasn't really supposed to start drafting until the 14th, but I was ahead of schedule because I got, you know, about 7,000 words the first week on it. So got that going for me, which is nice. I've been marking out my live streams as well. And then, you know, some of my YouTube work too, like the Snow Monkeys video I did on the 8th, filmed and uploaded my co-authors video with Josh on the 14th. So at the end of the week, I'll total up the number of words that I've got. Oh, you guys can see that. I'll total up the number of words that I've got for each week. And then at the end of the month, I'll mark these off. So I have not yet been super successful on writing on my non-SkillBridge days. So that's something that I'm hoping to change as we go later through the month. But the truth is, because of my internship, that project is my priority. So if I don't get it, you know, it's okay. Like, I'm not beating myself up about it. That's, you know, that's just the way that it is. I really like this layout for my, this usage of the dashboard page for this month. So what I've done here is I've listed out my stats at the beginning of the month for the Cool Kids Club. It's actually the Cool Kids table. I wrote it wrong. That's my main newsletter. My Romance Circle, that's my romance newsletter. And Casey Ezel Writer Life, that's this channel. So this is the number of subscribers that I had in each. And then at the end of the month, I'll fill this in here so that I can see what progress I've made. I've got my my goals in order of priority. The only reason this one was first is because I needed to get it out of the way before I started the Queen's Fixer, and I did that on the 7th. And then by the end of the month, I'd like to have 30,000 words on the Queen's Fixer. And then kind of my 2 bonus goals are 10,000 words on Sapphire and Steel, and then get up to 30,000 total on Smoke and Water. I would love to be able to do these. Some of it depends on, my co-authors and what they're able to do. So again, it's not, they're like stretch goals, right? So we'll see. For the YouTube channel, I've been marking down, who I'm doing co-authors videos with. So far I've done Christopher's, one with Christopher L. Smith, one with Josh Hayes. I didn't write down Marisa and Justin because I did those in February, but obviously they're on there too. And then down here, I created a pixel tracker. So this is an idea that came from the bullet journal community. And each of these boxes represents 1,000 words. So this one is a 9 by 3, 6. This is 9 by 9. So this is 81,000 total, I guess. And so this is total amount of words written in the month. And right now I am at 18, actually, which is not bad for halfway through the month. This is the number of words written on the Queen's Fixer. And so this one is, where am I at? 9 plus 4 is 13, I guess, on the Queen's Fixer. I haven't got any on Sapphire and haven't got any on Smoke, but again, stretch goals. So this is kind of nice because it just allows me to see at a glance, like, my progress. And again, it's motivating, right? It's motivating. It's a little celebration once, when I am able to color one of those in. For the notes pages this month, one of the things that I've found myself doing is, as I'm writing with this project, sometimes I'll get hung up on like the names of things because I'll be like, shoot, I need to make up the name of this, Starline company or the capital city. And a technique that I've started using that's been really freeing is I'll just have this open to a blank page, like, like this. And as I'm writing, I'll be typing and I'll come to something like that and I'll just put bracket, bracket, insert name here, bracket, bracket. And then I'll come over here and I'll make this note like, okay, I have to figure out the name of the Starline. I have to figure out the name of the capital city. I got to figure out the name of Lathine's pilot, and, other notes like, okay, this place here, Antarock, is located in the Western Mountains. It's summertime. These notes at the end of each writing day, then I can go back into my Scrivener file and put them in the appropriate spot, whether it's a character sheet or a setting sheet or just a note on a scene or whatever, so that I don't lose the information. And it's all nice and organized and collated there for me. Also, again, some video ideas. So that is pretty much where I'm at so far. April, pretty blank, with the exception of I've made a note that I'm going to be featuring Lydia Shearer and John Ringo's new release in the on Tuesday the 5th of April, because that's when Into the Real comes out. So get up for that. Shout out to Lydia. But this is what the blank notes page and blank dashboard page looks like, right? So we got May, June, July. Obviously, there's nothing in these yet because they haven't happened yet. But then we have back here, there's another kind of look ahead. I haven't really used this spread yet. I've thought about, maybe trying to project, okay, I could work on these projects here. We'll see. Maybe we'll get there. But what I have used is this back notes section. And when you order this planner, one of the options is to add more of these. And I did. I added, I think, 20 or 40 more pages. But it allows me to think, okay, well, it just, it's more notes pages, right? So you can fill it with whatever you want. One of the things that I found very useful as a writing planner is because I constantly feel like I'm like, okay, I've promised so many projects. People want me to work on so many different things. If I have a place where I can just go and like put it all out and be like, okay, these are things I need to work on. whether or not I'm working on them right now, or if they're, you know, kind of pushed to the back burner, at least I know they're not going to be forgotten if I have them written down here. Does that make sense? So I'll do that, and I'll break it down also by, okay, these are anthologies, these are short stories, products under development that I'd like to work on in the future. It's a little teaser for there. Also, isn't this pretty washi tape? I love that, like desert stuff. Anyway, you know, some notes from some of the professional development books I've been reading. Superstructure is a book, talks about story structure. I will put a link in the description down below as well. And then most of the rest of these, honestly, are just notes on the Queen's Fixer, which is the project I'm working on right now, right? So, you know, brainstorming, figuring out timelines. Let's see if you guys can see that. You know, filling out what the signposts are. I'm flipping kind of quickly because I don't want to create too many spoilers. But then I've also got this section here where it's, you know, YouTube ideas and notes from different YouTube courses and things of that nature. You know, here you can see my whole YouTube goal, right? Ideas for videos, and et cetera, et cetera. The point is, I found this to be a very, very useful tool. You know, again, we've got pretty stickers in the back that you know, I like to use to spice things up. You can put holidays in there. It's got this cool pocket too, which isn't that pretty? I don't know if you can see the foiling on that, but it is really pretty in real life. But simply having a receptacle for all of this information has definitely been a game changer for me, because it allows me to focus my thoughts. It allows me to be realistic in my planning, and it's something that I've really definitely enjoyed doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me that check your thumbs up, and consider subscribing, and I will talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye.